This is about as easy as it gets. It's an easy lob, an easy catch, and an easy two.
The scoring factory on three. 1, 2, 3, scoring factory.
What's going on, everybody? Coach Kevin with the Scoring Factory, back with episode 32 of our breakdown series. Today we're talking about the short roll, so let's get right into it. To some people, the pick and roll offense is simple. The guard uses the screen and the big rolls all the way to the rim. But in today's game, that's not always what happens. Instead, some of the most effective offenses are stopping that roll early, catching the ball in the middle of the floor and turning that space into an advantage. The short roll has quietly become one of the most valuable tools in modern basketball, especially against defenses that are more aggressive than ever at the point of attack. Defenses are doing everything that they can to get the ball out of the ball handler's hands early. Blitzes, traps, hard hedges. But now offenses might have found the answer. Instead of fighting that pressure, they use it, creating space in the middle of the floor and forcing defenses into impossible decisions. So in this video, we'll break down what the short roll is, why defenses are forcing teams into it, and how it's become one of the most efficient actions in basketball today. Draymond Green, alongside guys like Nikola Jokic, has been one of the most efficient and effective short rollers in recent memory of basketball. And so first, let's establish what this short roll is. So watch as Draymond sets this ball screen for KD. KD is going to come off this ball screen and he is going to draw two defenders here, right? We're not just switching this. They're not in a passive coverage. They are in a more aggressive ball screen coverage here. And he draws two to the ball. You can see they are both guarding KD in this moment. Now, typically, we would set our screen and then we roll to the basket and look for the ball about here. But because this coverage is aggressive, if Durant picks the ball up and Draymond doesn't turn around until he gets to the nail, it allows Kuzma and even some of these other defenders to potentially step in and break up that pass. So instead, Draymond cuts his roll short to right about the NBA three-point line. Now in high school, maybe that's the nail. Maybe it's a little bit further out depending on how far out the coverage goes. And that's because of Durant's gravity, it forces that coverage. But once this ball is passed, as you can see in the air, let's take a look at where we're at. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 offensive players playing against, really, because we got 2 to the ball, 1, 2, 3 defensive players. So as Draymond catches this, they are in an advantage situation. He is not helping on Draymond's drive. So it forces Kuzma to step up and stop the ball. And what it's going to leave open is our cutter in the dunker spot. And this is going to lead to this wide open alley-oop lob because of the fact that Draymond caught the ball at the three-point line and was attacking downhill 4-on-3. So what you'll see a lot out of this short roll, almost every time, you will either have someone in the dunker spot or have a guy in the corner that's gonna burn, as a defender has to step up and respect the drive from the guy with the ball. Here's another great example, just a different read on the short roll. So as Draymond is gonna go screen for Curry here, Curry's coming off the screen, and we're gonna see our screener defender step up and meet Steph at the line of the screen. So again, we're chasing over Steph, obviously, but now we have 2 on the ball. And once you have 2 on the ball, you're at a disadvantage as a defense unless you have proper rotations. But as you can see, Curry's able to get this pass to Draymond. And as a lot of people will say, aggressive coverage is beat by 2 good passes. So right now, Curry has made 1 good pass to Draymond, and our defender is gonna step up to take this away. But now, again, we're leaving this burn cut from Iguodala wide open, and Draymond knows that. As soon as, and not even after he catches the ball, as the ball is on the way to him, he's looking at where the help is going to be coming from, so he knows where to go with the ball. And Iguodala, as soon as he sees his defender take his eyes off of him, that's when he starts this burn cut. And that's not a play, that's just a concept and a principle. If your defender is not looking at you and totally has eyes on the ball, that's the time to cut, because now, again, this is about as easy as it gets. It's an easy lob, an easy catch, and an easy two. Here's another clip, and I want you to look at the spacing of the offense before this play actually happens. So right now, we are essentially getting an empty side ball screen, right? We have nobody in this corner, so our help is not going to be able to dig in on Draymond, even if this was a standard roll. So we have, as the screen is set, and again, we're going to draw 2 to the ball because this is Steph Curry. We have a dunker spot, a corner, a little bit of a lifted corner, and a really high slot. So now, these are our matchups here. So as Draymond rolls, our lowest guy, the defender of the lowest guy, is going to step up and guard Draymond. And what we've been seeing is this burn cut into a lob. But now, Ja is going to remove himself from guarding Wiggins and step down to take away. But now, again, because we're in an advantage situation, Wiggins is the one that has to step up and make this play, because Ja's stepping to prevent the lob, but as he steps down, now there's no one to prevent this kind of 45 cut, kind of corner burn cut. And again, this takes a great basketball mind and a great playmaker to not try to force this lob, but to know if there's someone guarding it, the next cut is going to be wide open. He makes the cut, he makes the pass, and it turns into a layup. So here's another really common and popular cutting concept out of this short roll action. So as Curry's going to come off, Jokic going to step up, we're going to chase over. Again, now we've drawn 2 to the ball. 1, 2, both guarding the ball. Curry throws a nice little pocket pass. Now what I want you to look at is the spacing as Curry throws this, and really any time we have a ball screen. We can either run it at the 2 side, right? We're running this ball screen at the 2 side right now, or if he were to flip this screen and we're running it, we could run it at the 1 side. Right, running it at the 1 side gives the guard a little more space to operate, but it allows these 2 defenders on the weak side the ability to step in a little bit more. So we decide to run this at our 2 side because it means that there's nobody, right? Imagine if Gary Payton were all the way over here, it would allow his defender to maybe step in and grab this pass, but instead it gets through clean. Now, this is something that a lot of people will call a Clyde cut, but really what it is, and I know we're not all the way in the corner, is on the 2 side when a short roll gets thrown, they will burn this guy at the bottom because he has to step up, his defender has to step up. And if they guard and step down here to take away the lob, we slide to the corner. So it's a 2-pronged cut. 1 guy diving to the hoop, 1 guy sliding to the corner. So here we step up and guard with this defender, and we don't want to give up this lob, right? Draymond's probably thrown this lob 3 times this game already. We're in the first quarter. So instead, they slide and fully commit to stop this. But what that's going to leave open is this kind of slide cut down here to the corner, and it's going to lead to an open 3. Now, if the Nuggets were in some people may be asking, why not just leave him right here? Why not just leave him there? Well, if the Nuggets were going to switch this at an interesting concept where if Jokic is, instead of getting back to Draymond, just going to switch to the corner, and then they were switching 1, 2, 3, Jokic might be able to get into this passing lane right here. But because of the dive and this slide to the corner, Jokic has no chance of actually getting into the passing lane because Gary Payton's making his way all the way to the corner here. And this is going to be a wide open catch and shoot corner 3. And that's a great shot. You take that shot any day. And that's because of not only the short roll, but Draymond's ability to read the defense as he's catching the ball and before he's catching the ball, right? If they were to stay here, now we have a layup. If they help over and don't help down, we can throw the lob. If they help over and help down, now we're looking for that 3rd read, which is that corner skip. And that's really elite pick and roll offense. The short roll is one of the clearest examples of where modern basketball is heading. It's not about running more plays, it's about creating advantages. and putting your best decision makers in position to capitalize on them. Players like Draymond Green aren't just executing the offense, they're becoming the hub of the offense itself. And as defenses continue to get more aggressive, the value of the short roll and the players who can operate in it is only going to grow. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see next. Follow us on our social medias at The Scoring Factory. And as always, I will see everybody in the next video.